Buick Saturday again. Unfortunately, the weather is not going to cooperate again today, so I can't wait any longer. I got to get this thing painted. So I'm doing the indoor garage, quote-unquote, paint booth. With the glove box, I got to put a thin layer of sealer on that. And I got to put the sealer on the dash. I got this, I had a heck of a time trying to figure out how I was going to support this thing to paint it and get all the angles. I tried hanging it, that didn't work. So I got it on these little 2x4s. I got one little nail in it, hold it so it don't slide off. Hopefully that'll be enough. So the epoxy primer, the black epoxy primer is going to go on in a few minutes. And then we wait until I think it's 90 minutes minimum. And then we'll put on the primer surfacer. And I got to do a little sanding. Epoxy primer is on. Went on real smooth. I got to wait a minimum of 90 minutes before I put the primer surfacer on. So we'll go do something else. That don't look like a dashboard. While I'm waiting for the sealer to dry, I decided I'm going to take this cover off because I have to change the gasket. So I might as well get that off and let it drain a while. Well, it's almost time to put on the primer surfacer. I set it for about 2 hours and we're just about there. In the meantime, I was able to get the differential cover cleaned up and resealed, and it's looking pretty good. Okay. Oh boy. Time to prime. Alright, finally got the phone shut off. This time what I did was I checked the cover real careful, and there was a couple spots that weren't perfectly flat, so I straightened those out. I cleaned everything out of there. I cleaned it all out with brake clean so there's no residue coming out of the oil threads. Cleaned all those up. I used a cork gasket. I used red high tack on both sides of the gasket, and I used high temp silicone on the threads of the bolts. And when I tightened this up, I snugged it up just so I could barely see the cork starting to push out just a titch. Once I saw that move, I stopped and went around it 3 or 4 times and stopped. So we're going to let that sit, and we're going to get on to doing some priming. Okay, I got a couple light coats on the glove compartment because that's been sanded 100 times already. Dashboard got 3 heavy coats. Primer surfacer, and when that's all set up, I'll start wet sanding. Don't know if I'll get to it today, but I got some other things going on, so we'll let that sit and cure. Well, the weather kind of turned around. The sun came out and it's about 55, 60 degrees, so I thought I'd do a little wet sanding out here. And there's nothing better than having God's light. You can really see what's going on here. I did see I missed a tiny little bump right there. I don't know how I did that, but everything else is looking really good. Dents over there are gone, and it really looks good. Nice and smooth. So I just got to fix that one little spot. I hit it with 600 grit wet, knocked down all the orange peel out of the primer. Just got a little tiny spot there, like I said, and I'll be able to shoot some base coat clear coat on this. It probably won't be today. It's already late afternoon, so I was thinking about painting outside, but then I looked. The neighbor has their dryer vent going, so that would be not good. Plus I found some bugs already. The grass isn't even growing yet, and I got bugs all over the place, so probably be another inside paint job. Well, until next week.